The idea was to try and work out exactly how many marron we have in the dam, because unless you drain a dam, you'll never ever know.
So we guess to feed properly a marron, he needs approximately 10% of his body weight per week. So a marron of 100 grams needs 10 grams of food for the week.
In the wild and that, they get a bit of protein from mussels and worms and stuff, but they also eat a lot of vegetable matter. So we thought, well, maybe we could feed them some vegetable matter and see if that worked as well. So we grated up a bit of carrot, put that in a net, and it's been proven that they actually do thrive on vegetables, and it is good for them.
But with the pellet or with the veggie, it's very difficult to know which pieces the marron can take or not. So for that, we decided to take some fish protein, so some sardine.
The sardines, pretty readily available, relatively cheap as well to get hold of. So we thought big chunks of sardine, and it doesn't really disappear in the water very quickly. It'll last for 2 or 3 days.
And if we put both veggie and fish in the same net, nearly 100% sure the marron prefers the fish.
Purely because of the smell, I think, to be honest with you.
So we'll focus now with the fish.
Our trial nets are nothing special. They're actually just the normal marron drop net that you would use when you're trapping marron in the river or crabbing in the estuary, but we just had to put a fine mesh base in the bottom.
So with a thin mesh at the bottom, like that the food can stay inside.
The good thing about them, when they sit on the floor of the dam, they sit dead flat. Makes it easy for the marron to walk on and walk off again.
We have 10 tray and we can put 20 kilo all around the dam, so that means about 2 kilo on each tray. And if the net is empty the next day, that means in this little area we have 200 marron who take 1 piece. We don't know exactly how fast the marron eat the sardine, but for some marron, for the big one, they can eat a whole sardine, so 40 grams of fish every day.
Most dams at the start we put in 20 kilos of sardines in every dam. Then we just monitored how quickly that food was going. Once we worked out how hungry they were and how many were getting taken, and we just kept adding to it until finally you had a night where the next morning there was still food there. You'd guess that everything has had a feed and everything was pretty satisfied with what they've been eating.
So with these trials, we know the method is not totally perfect, but we have a good guess about how many marron we have around the pontoon for sure. We don't know what's happened on the other side or in the middle of the pond.
Pretty broad numbers, obviously. It's never ever going to be perfect working like that, but it gave us a fair idea of how many marron were in each dam, we think, and only when we trap them out will we find out if we were right or wrong, but at least we have a bit of a gauge to work to there. We know we can't keep throwing lots of raw fish in your dam, just purely for your water quality. So going forward is we're going to use a fish meal base and make a protein pellet mixed up with a bit of rice and fish oil as well. So instead of putting raw fish in the dam, we'll be putting fish in the dam but in a pelletised form. That the pellets we'll be making will be designed, they will last for 2 or 3 days, so it gives everything time to get in there and grab a feed and walk away with the thing. That instead of the normal pellets disappear within a few hours, these will last a few days. So it gives every marron in the dam a chance to grab hold of a pellet and take it away and have a feed.